think 2022 it really leans into what you mentioned earlier in terms of all those free agents and all the originals and all the pillars. I think you really are setting up for a year-long battle royal.
So we see how they mix.
Exactly. A year-long, incredibly tumultuous battle royal of, oh, well, I came from WWE and I never watched your product, but I'm super over. Or I've been here the whole time. Both are annoying.
Yeah.
Both opinions are entitled and annoying, but they make for great wrestling.
For the fans, I thought the best thing that we could do as a company was bring MJF back.
Because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless, two of the top wrestlers in the world, MJF and CM Punk, could be a big match down the line.
Talk. Take it off. Yeah, come on.
Just be an officer. Just be an officer.
Do you like Dark Elevation?
So who are you?
Like, what are you?
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Okay, tell me, did you watch Rampage this week?
People aren't built tough anymore. They aren't built to grind. They're built weak, soft.
They're used to second place trophies.
And I'm gonna say it like I'm gonna say it like how I say and I'm gonna say it like how I said in the New York Post. I have nothing but respect for my opponents. I have nothing but respect for my opponents.
jaBRONI, JABRONIXYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBRONI.
Welcome. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. I'm Topher McCann. He's Mike Butler. And another exciting weekend edition of the jaBROnis here. The week that we had the PWI Top 500 dropped, which is always the internet starts going off about this list immediately. Besides many other, we'll hop into the the PWI first. But before that, what's going on, man? How's your week been?
Just clocking in some hours at work. No big deal. Getting ready for the football weekend. Can't wait for that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Aside from that, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I have a lazy Saturday here, hopefully ahead. Just talk a little wrestling. Maybe watch a little UFC later. We got some college football on. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
All right, but let's get into this PWI 500 list. We can bounce around, but maybe we'll just kind of focus on the top 10 here originally. All right, we'll start at number 1 here, actually. Roman Reigns. Is there any argument here?
No, not at all. There's zero argument. Anybody who says otherwise, get out of here. Basically, there's nobody been more dominant. There's nobody who's drawn more. There's nobody who has won more. And the guy hasn't been pinned in 2 years. So, yeah, no argument.
And number 2 now. I also have to say no argument, and this is Okada. And I don't know, but we know Okada. We know his track.
I know Okada like my kid knows long division. So she's 2, which is not at all. Like, I only know Okada from his appearances in AEW. So, sure, I trust everybody who says that.
G1 Climax, it beat Will Ospreay. Fine, you might know number 3, and you might love this.
I might think number 3 should be lower on the damn list.
CM Punk.
I think this is the first one that you can actually debate. I mean, I look at everybody else. I mean, Adam Page at number 4 had one of the hotter runs in AEW, I felt like last year. Bobby Lashley at number 5, Hot Bobby. I mean, he's probably the most over babyface.
The love of looking for Hot Bobby and usually happen to go down a lot more.
Yeah,
and seeing him in the top 10.
Absolutely. I thought that was awesome seeing him and Big E in the top 10. The thing is, I think the rest of the top 10 should all be in front of CM Punk. So like 4 through 10 probably should all move up one, and Punk should maybe be number 10. Just maybe a little higher, maybe like 8.
Gresham would love that, man. He would love to be 9 instead of 10.
You know, I mean, I just think I've just not been impressed with CM Punk's AEW run. And I know this is judged based on like a window. I think it's like June to June it was.
Yes.
So cool, but still, I wasn't that impressed. I don't think he's number 3 in the world, I guess. So,
and again, this is all just kayfabe nonsense, this list. But again, fun talking points.
Of course.
John Moxley not being in the top 10.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Kind of weird. Not gonna lie. Don't agree with that at all.
He was champion during this time. Bryan Danielson up higher than him
way higher.
I just think that John Moxley basically was the Roman Reigns of his company, like that. He was the backbone of it for the past year. So I don't know. A kind of weird where, again, I don't know who the hell El Hijo del. I think they cut off the rest of his. Again, oh my God, I just noticed this. What the fuck is Matt Cardona? What the fuck is he doing at 13?
You didn't see I noticed that immediately when I first saw this. He even tweeted about it. He said like 13 with like exclamation point, question mark. I think even he was surprised that he was number 13.
That's what happens when you sign a contract with every single promotion in the world.
Yeah.
But again, MJF 16, Seth Rollins 17. I feel like these guys should be up more.
Both of them should be, yes. I mean, and I don't know a lot of these guys. I don't know El Hijo del Vikingo.
Yes, he's my favorite.
I don't know Shingo Takagi, and I don't know much of Josh Alexander.
Impact guy.
Haven't seen Hiroshi Tanahashi's stuff. I've heard of him though. I've heard of Tanahashi more than I've heard of Okada, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, wild, right? And so I don't know if I can say, yeah, Rollins and MJF should be in front of these guys because I don't know. But I could see a couple guys that I'd put Seth Rollins over. I would have put him at 3. I would have been cool putting him at 3. I would have been cool with putting him at 6. I would have been cool with putting him at 8.
Those are after going through this list now, I'm starting to see like just random names. I'm like, holy shit, they're in the top 50 even. Like we already have but Braun Breaker's 26.
Wild. He's ahead of Will Ospreay. How about that?
Yeah, and Sammy Guevara, Kevin Owens still likes Drew McIntyre down at 20 and Kenny Omega at 19. Again, I don't know. McIntyre to me, I guess you can't have so many of these. McIntyre again is another top 10 guy to me. It seems, even though I didn't want him to win at the Castle. I'm sorry, but
it's like it's easy to like pick and point out like all these WWE guys and be like, oh, he should be way higher. But really, we don't know. Again, there's this whole criteria where we don't. I don't know. I can't speak for you. I don't know. Again, a lot of these people, so I don't know where they properly should be placed. But that top 10 is started off hot, but then did not finish great, in my opinion.
rolling through. We're trying to find some of our boys. Where are they at? They make the list.
Is this both male and female?
It's only the women have their own one. This is just all male. Okay. So your boy, 63, Finn Balor.
You know, I'm not going to complain about top 100. I mean, that's fine. I'm looking at the people who maybe are above him that maybe I can like. So like, all right, I was gonna say Ricochet, but Ricochet is actually, I feel like, been featured a lot more than Finn Balor is in a positive light. I'll always put Finn Balor ahead of Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin is a glorified stuntman. Sorry.
No apologies necessary there.
And of course, I would put Finn Balor ahead of Sammy Guevara. I think I would put Sammy Guevara way down on this list, personally.
Sammy Tongue. Dude, Corbin, 134.
Poor thing. Now, I'm like... These, are these based off tag team wrestling too? Because, you know, I'm looking at Dax Harwood at 101 and I'm like, yeah, I probably would have bumped him up a little bit, you know.
Some of their singles action too, because they've had a couple bigger singles matches randomly. Did they even wrestle each other?
Yeah, pretty sure they did.
Yeah. I do remember though, the bottom 10. We got 490 here. 490. Reggie. I haven't talked about Reggie in forever, but he's on it. 490.
I only got the top 200 here.
Put some respect.
Stupid.
Dude, Mike Roman's 484.
The fuck is Hook doing at 124?
I skipped there. I didn't want to get you upset. I saw that and was like, I won't say that.
Everyone behind him is so much better than him. Sheamus? What? Behind Hook? No. Excuse me. Not happening. What else we got? Uso, better. Rich Swann, better. Miz, better. Let me go off for a minute. I'll take Ethan Page over Hook. I'll take Max Caster over Hook. I'll take Sting over Hook. I'll take Mysterio over Hook. Loomis over Hook. All right, I can't say Loomis. That's fair. Not just because Loomis just came back. Not because he's like Cesaro. I take over Hook. Probably both Young Bucks. I take over Hook. Okay, I'm done.
We got to get into our. I mean, we'll understand this more if we just watch a little bit more. Maybe Dark Elevation. Maybe.
Maybe I should.
You like Dark Elevation?
Maybe I should open up this best of Dark Elevation or best of AEW Dark DVDs that they keep saying.
You're great, man. You're paying for this. They're giving you. You have a ladder right to all the answers.
I know. I refuse to climb it. I'm afraid what's at the top.
I just mentioned ladder just because it's back there.
Oh, shit. Hey, the ladder.
Over there. Fucking on McCena. Johnny Curtis is behind me. It's great. We're having great times. All right. Let's talk about... You were just talking about Sheamus, so that triggered. Yesterday on social media, Baron Corbin was tweeting out Sheamus, talking about this list, actually. And Sheamus replied. MJF got involved in it. There was a whole back and forth. Did you get to see this?
I browsed through it. Yeah. I did.
I always get excited with MJF and Baron Corbin doing anything together.
Yeah, like their little buddy relationship's cool. The thing is, like, I like all of these guys, and I hate to see dysfunction between people that I like. So Sheamus and MJF getting into it, I'm just like, oh no, don't fight. And then again, I also just don't know if it's ever a work or not
It's the best. It's the best. Before we get into the shows anymore, I mean, fine. Let's talk about this then. There is going to be a press conference today. Apparently. You know what I'm getting at? I want to know your thoughts on Crown Jewel and the main event. Apparently going to be Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. Mike, why is Logan Paul on my TV?
Because he signed a contract with the WWE and they have to put him on TV. Look, first heard of this, I hated it, couldn't stand it, still can't stand it. I tried to think about all logical reasons as to why this guy is going on one of their bigger shows and getting a title shot. Why is he a legitimate? Why am I to think that he is a legitimate?
Sophia.
Why am I to think he is a legitimate threat to Roman Reigns when the two matches he has beaten the Mysterios and he has beaten the Miz? No offense to the Miz, but you know. And I know. So that to me doesn't really scream, oh, he deserves a title shot. Totally. I don't see because I know a lot of these matches that they book for these Saudi shows, a lot of these guys, or a lot of the royalty there.
Do you think the Saudi prince is a huge Logan Paul fan?
Yeah, like I know they request, like I know that one time they were like, "Yo, we want the Ultimate Warrior," and like, "Oh no,
Yokozuna."
Can't do that. Yeah, they're both dead. So like I can't see them being like, "We demand Logan Paul, or we're gonna chop your head off."
Huge impulsive marks. Huge impulsive marks.
Yeah, I guess that. I mean, look, we may reach tons of audiences. You know, I may have offended some with my comment just now, but I just don't see this. Like, I think the match will obviously be good because it's Roman Reigns and Logan Paul can work. Logically, does not make sense. I've seen a lot of back and forth on Twitter about it. The draw, yes, Logan and Roman will be a draw for money. Logistically, that guy doesn't deserve a title shot when you have Kevin Owens just performing his heart out on Raw, or you guys got like Finn Balor, who, and I know I'm a mark for him, but what they've done with the Judgment Day, from where the Judgment Day was to where they are now, and I know they've really only beat up on Rey Mysterio and Edge, but they've, in my opinion, have been so much better than where they were. Seth Rollins, I mean, you have so many guys that deserve title matches, and why is Logan Paul doing this? Because he talked a little smack? Unless like Roman comes out and says like, yo, I made this match because I wanted to beat his ass for what he said. Like, if Roman demanded it, fine. Logistically, I need a reason as to why Logan Paul is getting a title shot.
And because we've always been sticklers on, so we can't be hypocrites here. If there's a ranking system, which WWE does not have, so I guess they get the benefit of the doubt off of that. But like AEW with the ranking system, if something like FTR, like just not get, like we talk about the same shit all the time.
Yeah,
people not getting title shots, and then all of a sudden there's a TNT title match with some dude who's never been in a company randomly, and that's the draw for Rampage. Like I think Jericho and Claudio are wrestling for the ROH title on Wednesday's Dynamite when he just lost a tournament to be to the finals of the AEW championship. That makes, again, the match, but it doesn't make any. Why is Jericho getting a Ring of Honor? Regardless, going on AEW here, but to the Logan Paul thing with the Floyd Mayweather explanation, and they tried to do it. If you watch the episode, like after he left, he started like his co-host Mike said something like Roman's a goat, and then like Logan's just like like he wanted Mike to tell him that he's the best. And then Logan's instantly like, you see what I did? SummerSlam, I jumped off the top rope into a table. Like, yeah, dude, like 15,000 people have done that. Like, Drew Carey did that. Like, Drew Carey did not do that, and I know he didn't, okay? But
he could have.
He could have. They just decided not to. I get how they did the angle, too, even with Roman bringing the wise man out and reuniting finally and saying, take care of this. Like, and the way Roman said, like, you're cool to me while I'm on your show, and as soon as I leave, you start like, you're on my dick. As soon as I leave, you start disrespecting me. Like, if that's the angle, and like you said before, Roman wants the match because of that, to just like beat the respect out of him or something like that, then I guess it all comes down to a money match, and the reason they signed him was because of his reach. And I mean, hyping up a big main event in Saudi Arabia with Logan Paul and Roman Reigns, I mean, I get it. I do get it. I just wish, like you said, there was more of a storyline for him to get that opportunity.
I've seen like people say how it's not a big deal because Saudi Arabia is like a one-off show, and I'm like, aren't they all one-off shows? Like, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. Like, are you saying that this show doesn't count in the storyline? Because I'm pretty sure we've played off of what has happened in Saudi Arabia before. So, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it just, as of right now, it does not make sense. I'm not sure it will ever make sense. I will hope that Roman Reigns comes out next week and was like, yo, this is why this match is happening. And if that makes sense, then I'll probably be a little bit more cool with it. But still, no. I'm still, right now, I'm like 100% not cool with it.
Would you, I just thought, would you be okay with it if wrestlers on the mic within the next few weeks reference how much of bullshit it is that Logan Paul gets a title shot?
No, because that's not building to that specific storyline. That's just being like, yo, this guy shouldn't get a title shot. And I would be like, yeah, no, you're right. I don't think they should. It's not like them. The only way to make this make sense is if Roman
Logan
Reigns
wins.
says, you know, like, I don't know, what would be crazier? What's a crazier thing to happen? Logan winning or Goldberg beating The Fiend for the Universal title? Like, what's crazier? You know,
that's a good question.
You know,
Definitely.
what's crazier?
Well, in hindsight now, I have to say Logan beating.
Right now, you think that, but like,
more.
if
you
you think about it, with the reach Logan Paul has, and him holding the main title of a billion-dollar company,
shut up,
with the popularity he has, nothing would surprise me.
It would set the internet ablaze, but again, I feel like it would make your wrestling company look a little ridiculous, awful. Especially with the storyline with Reigns and having the longest reign, and it just gets ended by Logan Paul.
And then, I mean, maybe you factor in this Austin Theory stuff too. I mean, maybe Austin Theory pins Logan Paul. I don't know. Maybe Austin Theory pins Logan Paul and it's for one of the titles, and then you have Theory feud with Owens for one of the titles, and you put the strap on Owens. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things I'm going through to make this better, but it's not working.
That's yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. Austin Theory.
You always have to think about Money in the Bank.
Austin Theory pinning Logan Paul. And again, did we discuss? Does he get both titles when this happens?
Right, yeah, we've discussed this. I think he gets both titles. I think it would have to be that way unless it's fucking specified. But again, if you specify that you only want one title instead of two, I feel like that's fucking dumb too. So that whole thing just WrestleMania 38 main event never should have happened. Okay, it has made this so complicated, and I feel like creative is just like pulling out their hair, trying to figure out how to get this title off of Roman without looking dumb and without him looking weak. Not that he really could, but you don't want to pin Roman Reigns. And they're scratching their eyes out. They're pulling their hair out, trying to figure out what the fucking do, because it's no secret. Everybody on Twitter is saying it, that they want two titles. And they want two titles heading into Mania season. So time's running out. You need to get this title off them. One of them. I'm assuming it would be the WWE title. They need to figure something out, and I feel like they're stressing so much about making that decision and figuring it how it was going to happen that what they're going to do is going to ultimately be stupid, and just kind of like rip that Band-Aid off. Like, all right, this is stupid. Let's just fucking do it and let's forget about it. This guy's a champion. We don't have to bring it up after this. So I'm thinking, like, get it to Theory, have him be a transition champion, give that belt to Owens, and there you go. Or Rollins, one of them. I don't know.
I think the title's staying around because they're doing like what they're doing Rollins and Lashley. I mean, for a US title, they're trying to make that title relevant. Did I hit you about that rumor I heard? I was watching the one video and they were saying that Roman will get stripped of the WWE Championship by the board of directors because he's not on Raw ever. And I believe Roman Reigns is announced for Raw this Monday.
What? Wait, where did you hear this?
I was watching one of those stupid videos, and then I read somewhere else on Twitter about the exact same thing.
No, that's not happening. Again, you would be fucking up your whole history. Where was this ruling when Brock Lesnar was the WWE champion?
But
where was that ruling then? Why are you going to punish a guy who was there the whole time, then signed a new contract and was like, you know what? I don't have to be there as much.
But you just said it. We have to find a way to get it off, and it's not going to make sense or anything like that.
But that's like option Z. You have to go through the whole alphabet before you get to that. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. They're probably at like QRS right now. So, like, they're not far off from that, but I don't think they're going to do that.
When I read that, it was just like, that just seems like something they would, I don't know. It just reminded me of something. It reminded me of the Fox robot also when they did the draft special and the Fox robot was in the boardroom with them. I miss him.
I miss that robot. Yeah, I missed that one.
But
I didn't see him last Sunday. I didn't see him last Sunday anywhere. Did you?
Did he get canceled? I haven't seen him at all.
I didn't see him last Sunday.
He might have said something wrong in the past. I didn't know he talked. All right, let's talk about some of these shows this week. I want to talk about one thing that I feel like we haven't talked about a lot, and I think it's very awkward, and it's been going on very long. What the fuck is going on with this Dexter Lumis and Miz? Like, he might have touched me somewhere storyline. It's very awkward to me.
It's dragging.
What did he do to him?
I don't know. It was cool. it was cool for a couple weeks. I don't even recall what happened on Monday with them. I was kind of in and out of Monday Night Football and stuff. So
they were in their house, and you cut it one time real quick, just outside the window. You saw them for 1 second, and then they were going to some premiere or something. So they get in their car and they're driving off, and then the camera goes inside their house, and you see him inside their house, and he's doing one of his drawings, and like shows it to the window, like the camera basically,
like Taylor Swift music video.
Yeah, so he's in their house, and they're on their way to a premiere, and Miz still does not want to talk about what happened to anybody.
I don't know. Like, this is, I mean, it's taking its toll. It's running its toll, however you want to put it. It's not. It's losing its interest. Pizzazz. Yeah, I guess. Like, you know, every week you'd have the background stories happening, and those are cool. Those are all related to Loomis. That was awesome. Then Loomis is here. He's stalking AJ 1 minute. Now he's stalking the Miz, and he just kind of was like, hey, you know what, AJ, you do what you got to do, which is nothing apparently.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So I would like to see this just happen, you know, Miz versus Loomis happen already.
I thought it was interesting how they finally ended Seth and Riddle, where Seth came out, he's like, I'm done. No more rematch, and everyone's really upset about it. He's like, no, and then Riddle comes out. So, like, Rollins just runs away from him. It runs around the crowd. He's chasing him or whatever. Finally, Rollins just runs away, and then Judgment Day comes out, and it's like, all right, Seth Riddle done.
I mean, there's logistically, there's no real reason to do Rollins and Riddle again.
Yeah, but I felt like they even mentioned that he wanted a rematch to do it again. I was just like, oh.
I thought it was funny that after years and years and years of always getting rematches, and then Triple H comes in, doesn't book a single rematch, and then the fans are chanting rematch for Rollins and Riddle. So maybe there is a reason why. Maybe you could be like, yo, the fans want it. Here you go. You can have it.
I don't really know what they're gonna have on the next up for Riddle without Randy. I know he wrestled jaBROnis Finley Balor. Did he win?
I was about to ask you that. Yeah, probably Finn won. Yeah, of course.
Like the Rollins distraction.
Didn't need it.
That was because who were we? What was the Monday night game? Because I was bouncing.
It was Broncos Seahawks.
Oh, jeez, God. Yes, it was. Damage Control had the women's tag title match.
Yes, saw that.
And after the Butler bracketology all the way back there, everything came to fruition. Damage Control.
They just delayed it a little bit, all right? That's all that was.
So, yeah, they're your new women's tag champions. We had Johnny Gargano's first match back.
Unfortunately, I did miss this one.
Gargano? Chad Gable?
Yeah, I missed it.
Well, obviously, Gargano gets the win. There was a big promo that everyone loves. Kevin Owens, Austin Theory. And, I mean, this was Kevin Owens' big, huge, I am the top babyface, basically, of this company promo.
I still see him as a heel. I know he's not, but I just look at him and he's just heel Kevin Owens. And I just think he's trying to motivate people. That's all.
We also had Bianca Belair, and guess who showed up here? Sonya Deville. And she gets the title shot.
And we got a tittle shot.
Yeah, we did. Nice.
We love you, Sonya.
We really do. We like that you're wrestling again. But nice. I mean, that match went as expected. Bianca retaining. We had the return of Omos. We haven't seen him for a while.
Was this that video of him and MVP and Shelton Benjamin, or was that just something totally different?
That was, I think, on his Twitter. I don't know if that was like the before Raw. I think it was like the day or two before Raw. Yeah, this was he just like wrestled a 2-on-1 handicap match. You know, quick little squash. But let's get to it. The main event of Raw was Edge, Dominic Mysterio. Did you switch over for this? Did you get to see it?
Bits and pieces. I missed Dominic's entrance. I hear he has new music.
He did. He also interfered in this and caused the DQ, Mr. Finn Balor. Your boy. He's just...
So this is building up between Edge and Finn Balor, I'm assuming. Although, I don't know, it sounded like they wrote him off with this knee injury stuff, so I don't know where that's going to leave. I just want this shit to end. And the thing is, it's not going to end. Because I'm assuming this is leading to Dominic and Ray. I'm like, when is it going to end? Can't have Judgment Day feuding with feuding with Ray for a whole year. It feels like it's been a whole year. Let them do something. Go after Bobby.
When are we getting Ray and Dominic?
That's the fear. The fear is that we're going to get it at WrestleMania, which means that this is going to fucking carry on at WrestleMania. And that's just way too long. It's already been too long. I want it at the very next pay-per-view, like immediately, so we can just end it. And maybe they will do it at Saudi. Maybe.
Yeah. We got Extreme Rules that's first coming up. That's like the first, second week of October. In here in Philly.
Whoop, whoop.
I was still debating.
Again, I won't know if I'm going until probably day of. Also depends on what I do in AC the weekend prior.
Yeah. We need that Game Time referral. Let's get that going because I will be checking on Game Time. I've already gotten an update for Eagles Commanders Monday Night Football. They hit me up like, "Yo, prices have dropped," just to let you know. And I'm like, "Thank you, kind sir. I appreciate it. I will be keeping an eye on that." I was almost. Oh, you're not. I was looking at. I believe Dynamite is going to be here soon, but Full Gear is at the Prudential Center. And I was like,
Interesting.
I honestly feel like you're going to be able to get dirt cheap tickets for that. Every single dumbass from Wrestling Mediaville will be in the same building with me. That's kind of the worst, but I don't know. Well, I might have to travel. Prudential Center.
Maybe.
Not for a Devils game, but for some Full Gear. I want to see MJF. That's the only way I would go. If he's the main event. That's it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That
was Raw. We had Dynamite. We had, oh my God. We had 2 matches. This is your specialty. Let's go. All right. Butler bracketology.
Hello?
You got to break it down here for us. Mike,
Hello?
how you doing?
Hello?
Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just looking for the current bracket. I know there was only 2 matches, so a bracket's kind of But oh, hey, I forgot that you had it all set up. You're amazing. So we had Sammy Guevara, who defeated Darby Allin. He moved on. He fought Jon Moxley on Wednesday, and I guess before this, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Sammy Guevara cut a weird, not a weird promo, but a passionate promo, I guess you would say. Basically saying he's going to win this tournament and you can go fuck yourself. Fact of the matter is he didn't win this tournament. He didn't even make it to the finals. And I don't know. I didn't see this match because I figured it was going to be a squash, but Toph, I'm assuming this was a squash. Was it not?
No, they made it a little bit competitive. There was a part in the match, I don't know if you saw the clip, where they were doing chops to each other, and Sammy gave Moxley a chop, and then he like just dropped on the floor, like oh, it hurt, and got back up, and then chopped the shit out of him. He was basically just mocking him, saying, "Your chops are nothing." That was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, I mean, this match went exactly the way you thought.
Cool. So we're making a mockery of the Grand Tournament champions, making a mockery of it by doing that nonsense. And then we had Jericho and Daniel Bryan, and that was, I heard that was an okay match. I did not see it. Phillies are in a playoff push, and the hunt for Red October, and gotta pay attention to that on Wednesdays and every other day. So I missed that. So but now your finals are set. And it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley next week for the AEW Championship. Not interim championship, not interim North American Championship, not the interim TNA Championship. This is going to be the AEW Championship. This is a real fucking deal here. And I think, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I said that Bryan Danielson was going to win this thing, even though Jon Moxley cut a very great promo in the aftermath of this AEW All Out stuff. And I think that's the case, especially, I still think it's going to be the case, especially because it's coming out that we knew Moxley was supposed to be on vacation. I think a lot of people were expecting like a week-long vacation, but it was supposed to be like a 6-week vacation. And I think Tony Khan might give Jon Moxley that vacation after this. And so I think Bryan Danielson's still going to win this and become the AEW World Champion. Plus, I think he had his first match for AEW at Grand Slam, did he not?
He did.
So we're kind of coming full circle here.
I could also now, I could agree with you. I believe that I could also see that MJF being the champion by the end of the night also.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That could absolutely happen. They saw a little feud with Danielson and MJF, which would be a great feud, yeah.
And then maybe that's like, I could see Moxley and Danielson beating the shit out of each other, literally having like super physical match. And then Bryan Danielson wins, and then the moment instantly gets ruined. And then again, I don't know how this chip works. It's not really explained. But if he can come down and be like, I get a match whenever I want it right now, and he beats Bryan Danielson, who's battered, who just won the title, and maybe Bryan Danielson holds the title for about 2 minutes before he loses it, and MJF's your champ.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'm not here to cover chips and dip and all that. I'm just here to cover brackets, and that's what I'm here to do.
And you do the best at it. Thank you for your services.
Yeah, I think this is the last time. Is this the last time? I mean, there's no tournament. There's no more tournament.
You act like you're not going to be.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to snap an ankle, I'm sure. But, if this is the last time, I just want to say thank you for having me on this show.
It's our pleasure, and we hope to see you very soon.
Okay.
I don't like to be fake. I'm always super genuine, super honest.
Super honest. All right, so we talked about the two big matches on Dynamite. What else happened there? Let's see. I have it in front of me, so I know. There was Jay Lethal versus Jungle Boy.
How was that?
It was, Jay Lethal versus Jungle Boy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember. I know he tapped him out though. Yes. Lethal tapped.
Good. Lethal tap.
Okay, this is great. So we were texting. I texted you something about the pizza guy who went viral, throwing the dough of pizza around a few days ago before Dynamite, and he was on Dynamite for like 3 seconds. They're backstage with him, and then Ethan Page just comes and kicks him in the face.
Thank you, Ethan.
People got there was like wrestlers upset that this guy literally was on TV for, I guess, 4 seconds, and people were calling Tony Khan a mark and all this other stuff. But Luigi Primo, his 4 seconds of fame on Dynamite. Hobbs killed a guy in 26 seconds. All right, so Hobbs wrestled a jobber and busted his lip while fighting this jobber in 26 seconds. And then he cuts a promo while his mouth's like bleeding. And then it ends up like Ricky Starks came out and hit him in the face with the mic. And then they were trying to blame the mouth bleeding on the mic shot. Like, dude, he was bleeding 3 minutes before the mic shot because he got busted open by a jobber, even though he beat him in 26 seconds. But he hurt his lip. That's about it. I just thought it was funny, like having a squash match and the guy's like bleeding out of his mouth. I'm like,
it's passionate. It's passionate.
Oh my God. And then of course, because of the rankings, you know that we got finally, there is an AEW Tag Team Championship match. Even though we have Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim next week, we're getting it. We're having Swerve in Our Glory versus the number one contenders, FTR. Just kidding. It was the Lucha Bros. Again, I love the Lucha Bros. Everyone's super talented. Great match. It makes no fucking sense to have a tag team match a week before your announced tag team match. I fucking can't stand when they do shit like this. But again, I think this is the swan song of Swerve in Our Glory, giving them one more title defense win before the inevitable happens in about less than a week here, this Wednesday.
Do you think it's still inevitable?
Yeah. I think it was as soon as Tony Khan said.
No, yeah, it was. I mean, yes, but maybe he's...
Does he have to reroute it now?
He's going to swerve. Maybe he's going to swerve. Because then Swerve is going to be, I would imagine, legitimately pissed, since he was kind of legitimately pissed that he knew Tony Khan was going to make that match.
I mean, unless he wants to wait and put him on it when I'm there at the Prudential Center, scissoring. Scissor MJF titles, the Acclaim titles. If you want to wait for me to be there, TK, I'll be there. But just let me start off the press conference. Maybe let Nick go second. I'll start the press conference. I've not done any improv in my history, so I won't be caught off guard. Okay.
I don't think you've ever met Stephen Colton.
I'm not friends with Scott Coleman either, so we're good. All right. There was Athena and Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb and Britt Baker. I think the Seahawks were playing football at that time. I think I was watching a little bit of that. We had a good time. We were watching Russell Wilson choke. God, why do I keep thinking about that game? But yeah, that was your Dynamite. The big Grand Slam show this Wednesday. But
they might go 5 straight weeks over 1 million views.
And that was a big thing. Yeah, we'll give credit where credit is due. They went 1.2, 1.3 around there. So, hey, when wrestling is blossoming and everyone's enjoying it, I mean, it's all good. It's fun to make fun of all of it, but it's just enjoyable.
It's very easy to make fun of all of it.
It is both companies. But again, I feel like I was so down on AEW forever. Just MJF being back as just like every time I hear his music, and then he cut it off real quick this week. But I just go like, yeah, like this is the fucking dude. And again, like this was probably one of his. It's still a great promo. It was more of like a low hanging fruit promo, I think, from MJF with the whole alcoholic. Which we kind of even talked. That was like right after the whole beginning, which we skipped over. Dear God, because it went from an MJF promo that went on pretty long, but it was good. And then he brought out Stokely Hathaway and the Firm. So kind of just transition. Like MJF got out of the ring, and then Stokely went on for like 45 minutes. And I don't know. I just thought it was a really, really, really long way to go on with this. It was just a very long promo. It looked like Cass didn't want to be there. William Morrissey, whatever the hell you want to call him. Everybody else was, you had the Guns get introduced. They get called ass boys. And it's just very long. Don't know where this is going. Don't know where this is leading to. But there was an article put out this week that there are wrestlers apparently upset with Stokely Hathaway because it seems like all of his promos are about just putting him over and not the talent. Did you get to see this at all?
I did see it. And I didn't see the promo, right? So I don't know if he was putting himself over, or did he put the Firm over? Did he put the Firm over?
Running through everybody.
He ran through I don't know if I'm not big on Stokely Hathaway promos, as in I haven't seen a lot of them, so I don't know what his promos really entail. I personally think it's bullshit that I don't think he does. Just based off what I have seen, I don't think it's not come across that he tries to put himself over. I think a lot of people in the AEW locker room like to complain about something,
It's
anything.
fun to complain.
That locker room is still very iffy right now. There's that Kenny Omega line that's everyone talking about now, and it's just
there one more. We had SmackDown last night, which I was out all night, so I did not get to watch all of SmackDown. I watched the beginning of it. I know that there was a 4-way match to determine number one contenders for the tag titles. I believe there was I think Ronda and Liv was getting set up for Extreme Rules. I know that Madcap Moss was in the. He had a match for the North American Championship against Sola. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, no!" Because we were just talking about where's Madcap kind of been. But yes, he ended up, I believe, put up a good fight, but could not capture that North American Championship.
I think the real story was the I don't want to say dissension of the bloodline, but there was definitely some odd brotherly love going on. Now, look, I got 3 brothers myself, and we back in the day, the best way that we showed our love was kicking the shit out of each other. It was right before Solo had to go out, defend his title. Jey Uso hyping him up. Jey Uso goes to walk him to the ring. And Solo's like, yeah, missed me with that shit. You're not coming. You were off your game tonight. I don't know exactly what he was talking about because, before that, it was the Logan Paul situation. So I didn't see what he was off of. But anyway, Solo's like, you've been off your game tonight. Sammy, let's fucking roll. And Sammy kind of rubbed it in Jay's face that he was getting the treatment there. So a little dissension.
And then he was part of that match when Jay got up when Sammy could have had a pin, and then he started going at leaving the ring and going nose to nose with him. And yeah, so there's some, some fireworks in the bloodline a little bit, but Sammy will end up fixing everything.
Yeah.
We had. I don't want to talk about the tag team match first. No, I want to mention there was something that bothered me. What the hell was it? What the hell bothered me? Shit. But whatever. There was a Ridge and was it Ridge Holland and Butch are your number one contenders?
Yes. They pinned. I think Ridge pinned Kofi.
I think they stole it. I think like Ludwig was about to, because Imperium was in this match. It was New Day, Hit Row, and the Brooding Brutes are right. What the fuck is their name?
So I think I might have found what was bothering you. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We had a new collection debut for maximum male models.
The summer back to school.
I was the back to school collection.
I was watching this last night when I got home, this part, and my wife Krista was there, and I literally just did that. I was like, "Oh my god, they're coming out back to school. They're wearing the back to school." And then she sees these dudes come out in like big hamstrings and tight shorts, and she's probably just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was so excited. Go on.
But what the fuck is wrong with Braun Strowman?
Yeah, he came out and destroyed them, and I was very upset. But we did hear these words again the second week in a row of Mr. Dupree teasing that LA Knight character returning. It's only... But again, I don't know what happens when that... So are you LA Knight, but then everyone's still...
You don't need... If he goes to LA Knight, you don't need Max Dupree. You can have Maxine Dupree run.
And they can still be maximum male models. Because if not, it makes... That had to be the plan from all along then with this Maxine chick, right?
Maybe.
Because you can't change their name.
I feel like she come in... So, like, she came in because people got sour on LA Knight. But then Triple H took over, had a couple weeks with those two, and then I think it was the plan either way to replace Maxine or replace Max Dupree with Maxine.
Yes.
Whether for good or for bad is irrelevant at this point. Now it's for good. We're going to probably get LA Knight back.
But yes, he attacked. Braun attacked them. And I think, is Braun officially on
He's
SmackDown?
Officially on SmackDown, yes.
So, again, I'm interested to see where we... oh, my God, Braun and Gunther and big meaty men slapping meat. Could be interesting.
All about it.
Anything else really on SmackDown?
Nah, not really. Kind of fell asleep.
But yeah, that was the what we've caught up so far. I mean, again, we have this press conference happening soon. Don't know, it could be happening now, but
it's happening at 3:30.
3:30. Oh my God. All right, but before we get out of here, let's do it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Yes, jabroni of the week. I mean, God, it's been Phil Brooks so much. I mean, can we change up? Is it someone else? I know for me, finally, there is.
He stayed quiet this week, so we're going to give him a pass.
I'm sure we'll get by our next episode. We'll probably have the whole investigative news coming out about exactly what happened at this little scrum fight. But yes, I'm not going CM Punk this week. I am going just to something, and again, this could be mean, but I mean, her dad's been saying some of the dumbest shit in the past like 2 years on social media. God, I don't know if people got to see this. Noelle Foley made one of the most cringiest videos on her. I get part of it's on Twitter. We're at an hour now. No, I can't pull it up. But if you can find it, like 3 years ago, she was in Dollywood on a roller coaster. You can go on, if you've never been here, you could go on like YouTube, type in the roller coaster. You could see like someone on the roller coaster and go through this. This is like a kid's roller coaster almost. Might go up that side down for like a second, but apparently she got a concussion from this 3 years ago, and it's still affecting her to this day. And there's some of these lines in this video where she says, "Sometimes I wish I just lived a more boring life, and then this wouldn't have happened to me." And right with that line alone, God, you just have to. I can't give it any more context than that, but Noelle Foley talking about her Dollywood roller coaster experience. She is my jabroni of the week.
There are a few actually in my pool. I remember texting you this week, and it was Trevor Lawrence by a mile. And if you're a fan of Jacksonville Jaguars or a fan of Trevor Lawrence or anything, you would have known that he had a common in the NFL, I would assume this is, but right before you go out of the tunnel, you try to pump up your team, huddle them up, pump up your team, give an inspiring speech that'll make them want to go through a brick wall. Nah, I mean, he tried, I guess, but it wasn't anything like that.
It was bad.
It was bad. I'm going to pull it up just so I know.
First chance to show them what we're all about. Let's go.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hear this little soundbite here. Here it is.
Hey, first chance to show them what we're all about. Let's go. Play with some swag. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking
So that
go.
was pretty bad. That is. I hope we don't get copyright struck for that. I know I
shouldn't. That was just a nice little clip.
Right. Then like some other things came out, and honestly, like, have we recorded since the NFL Week 1?
Yeah, right. Like, didn't we record last? Oh no, did we record last Saturday, which was the day before we saw the first game? The Thursday game was the
right.
But yeah,
Okay.
we did.
So, another thing. So, tailgating is a thing, right? And you want to have fun, and you want to enjoy yourself, and you want to drink burrs, and you just want to have fun and cook food. You also want to make sure if you're cooking food to turn the grill off when you go inside to the stadium. Because in Miami, I think it's in Miami, they blew up a whole bunch of cars in the parking lot because they left the grill on. Wild ass vision, or a sight to see, as they would say. So there's that. But even that guy, I am not going to put Jabroni of the Week. He just simply forgot. I think I would have done that. He simply forgot. Maybe had one or too many. He was like, fuck, I left the goddamn grill on. Some bitch. Don't think anything of it. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of melted cars in the parking lot. It happens, is what I'm saying.
Simply
my Jabroni of the Week is somebody who actually it just came up yesterday, believe it or not. And it's not because for what he did. It's for not owning up to it. I'll tell you what I mean. And I wish I could pull him up, but I think it's deleted at this point. I don't know if you heard about this, but here in Philadelphia, there is a head coach for a team, pro team. His name is Doc Rivers.
I saw
I don't
this
know
this
if
morning.
You saw this morning, right? So his Twitter got some heat for liking some stuff. There were 3 things, and they were actually, somebody just posted a stat that I thought was so funny. And I'm going to try and bring it up. It was like, here we go. The Twitter page Cox Sources is the one who put this up. So
that's where I get all my news from. Zero and Cox, yes, and Ringside.
8 of the last 9 liked tweets by Doc Rivers are porn videos. So, and I've seen some of them. They're a mixture. Everyone has different tastes. I'm not one to judge. There's some stuff on there. Here's the deal, though. He claims that his page was hacked. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've seen hacked pages. We've all seen hacked pages. They ain't gonna hack your page just to like a post or 2 or 3. Okay, they're gonna tweet some stuff. They're gonna send out your nudes because we know Doc Rivers is flinging that thing around on his phone. There's no fucking way that his shit was hacked. I'm sorry. They're not gonna hack your page just to like 3 or 4 posts. They're not gonna do it. There's no point. There's no point at all to it. So it's not because of what you liked. It's because how you handled it, sir, and how you've handled just the Sixers in general. You are Jabroni of the Week, Doc Rivers. Thank you.
Nice.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Doc and Noel and Doc together. It's beautiful. All right, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. We will return next week, all new episode. Before we go, you can find the Jabronis. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/the Jabronis Pod. We're on Twitter, Jabronis Pod, Twitch, Jabronis Pod. Myself, I could be found on Twitter. I am at Happy Jabroni. Michael, where are you?
I'm at Madcap Jabroni. I'm also on TikTok at Butler1127. Haven't posted on there in a little bit. I felt like we haven't recorded in so long this week. I don't know why. I just felt like it's like, damn, do I even do the show anymore?
Because we
I haven't posted
did twice last week.
So I know that's a crazy thing. So I'm still on TikTok. I just didn't post much. Haven't posted much, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all you can find me at. And watch Mom's Time to Wine.
Yes.
Hit up my wife. They just crossed 100 followers on Facebook, so they're doing a giveaway. They're going to give out a custom shirt and like a $10 Starbucks gift card. Go follow them on Facebook and on Twitter and all them. Mom's Time to Wine. Just type it in; they'll pop up. It's going to be good. They got a show on Thursday.
I had it on a little bit Thursday when I was watching some football. I threw it on. I believe had her mother on.
Yes, Amber's mother on. Yes, they did.
It was awesome. She was like ripping cigs and stuff. I was like, "This."
It's
fucking
what they do.
Coolest.
They rip cigs and drink wine. That's all that shows. And they talk about motherhood.
That was great. Yeah. But yes, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see what happens this next week. Like I said, that investigation with all that fighting and Omega and all that stuff, all that will come out. Maybe we'll get some firings. I'm not saying we're hoping for it, but all of this nonsense will come to light. And if I could leave you with anything, I'm just gonna do it one more time. Denise,
don't like to be fake. I'm always super genuine, super honest. I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna get way too used to that. Jabronis. Out.
Jabroni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.